Okay, guys. Hopefully everyone can hear me. It is Old Man G here, back again with a post-match reaction. Brighton versus United, post-match reaction. Manchester United 3, Brighton nil, in what was an absolutely stunning performance by Manchester United. And I'm gassed. I am really. I'm sorry for the delay, by the way, guys. Instant match reaction is already on the channel. Check that out. And we're going to be starting to do fan cams after this stream is. You'll be getting a fan cam from one of our regulars called Tom, and that'll be coming out. But make sure if you're new to the channel, please like the vid, like the vid, share and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Really appreciate it. But yeah, guys, Manchester United 3, Brighton nil, and what was can only be described as a brilliant performance. It was such a good performance, and Ollie got it right here. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got it right. That's really all I can say. You know, we obviously did a preview before the game, and I sort of said the team that I picked in the preview was the team that pretty much started the game. Effectively, guys, Brighton gave us a lot of space. This is kind of similar to what happened actually with the first game, actually, where you saw a scenario where sorry, 2 seconds. Am I working? Yeah, I'm working. I'm live. Where Brighton, I thought they'd play a bit deeper, maybe slightly deeper, but they actually gave us a lot of space, a lot of space, and we just bossed them. Really, that's all I can say. Really, we really just bossed them, and we deserve to win. Simple as that. Just looking at some of the comments. Dan San says Bruno Fernandes is MVP for Manchester United. Legend. He is flying. And True Football Red Devil. Well, mate, hopefully we'll get you on to do a fan cam maybe even after this if you want to. But yeah, guys, I'm gassed. I'm really happy because this was a must-win. I was a little bit concerned with this game. I'm not going to lie because of how Brighton performed against Leicester. They obviously drew with Leicester, and obviously they beat Arsenal, Banter FC. But we showed in this game that we can really go toe to toe. We can really go toe to toe. Fully Live is in. Thank you, and his fan cam will be coming out. World-class performance, and thanks for giving for letting me call for exactly. And like, if anyone who wants to get involved in fan cams, let me know in the description. We'll be sorting that out. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go for the play ratings second. But I mean, where do I start here? Really? I mean, you look at the performance of David De Gea. When he was called upon, he actually made, I would argue, 2-3 fantastic saves. So, you know, we've got to praise. Okay, when players perform, we've got to praise. And for me, David De Gea didn't have much to do, but when he did, he did what he was called upon. You know, so that for me is an amazing positive. When we look at the likes of defense, I don't think the Maguire or Lindelof really had much to do, to be honest. When it comes to obviously the wing backs, Wan-Bissaka obviously back as right back, defensively solid. Luke Shaw, I think, had a really good game. Was instrumental in that second goal, I think, as well. I thought he was offside, but I think the phase of play had basically finished, so I don't think he was offside. You know, and then moving forward in the field, Matic is becoming the unsung hero of Manchester United Football Club right now. He really is, because he's not a flashy player. He's not a player that everyone is going to be like, oh yeah, you know, look at Matic. But he's been really important. I'll put the score on here. You know, he's very important for what we want to achieve because of his passing distribution, because of his play, because of him wanting to actually sort of go forward. He is just very important to what we want to achieve at Manchester United Football Club. And it's in an ideal world, I like almost like a younger Matic, if that was possible. But it is what it is. We have what we have, and Matic, certainly from, I would argue, the beginning of the year, January, has been superb. You know, so fair play to Nemanja Matic. Keep your questions incoming, guys. Let me know how you feel the team performed as well. Pogba and Bruno, basically, like, I mean, you could see sort of when those two players when they left, you could see that the quality sort of went down a wee bit. Although Daniel James and Igalo did well, but you know, what can I say really in that? I think that you've got to keep Pogba and you've got to Bruno. I watched the post-match reaction, actually, Bruno Fernandes, hear him speak, and he keep on being grilled, talked about all the, Pogba and Bruno, Pogba, Bruno, Pogba, Bruno. And, he gave a captain's answer. He was like, it's not just about Pogba and Bruno. It's not just about us. It's about the team. Okay, it's about the team. It's about the team. If I'm honest, I know they gave the captaincy to Harry Maguire, and I love Harry Maguire, but for me, this guy is captain material, man. This guy is captain material, man. And I think you make it. I think it's a good argument. I mean, you can't strip Harry Maguire from the captaincy. You can't. But I think certainly as a deputy, at least, he needs to basically sort of come in because he's that good. He's that good. True Football says match is important because your defensive midfield play. It's not just that though. This is the thing. Like McTominay can also play. Now, make sure you like the vid, guys, as well. For everyone who's watching, please like the vid. It's not just that he's a good defensive player. It's also that Matic can pass forward. Okay, he can. If you saw that assist that he did, like I think all the way up to it was either to Greenwood or Bruno Fernandes. He just pinged it up. That's what Matic can do. Like his distribution and his foresight is a lot better than I argue McTominay and Fred. Certainly McTominay, that as you see, can tend to pass sideways, which isn't really ideal. But yeah, I'm really happy with this performance. I think that I'm getting to the player ratings in a second. Marcus Rashford I think still looks a bit sluggish. I'm getting a bit concerned. I want to see how he plays again on the third match, but he's not having a great. It's not great, really. It's not great. And why I'm concerned is not because I think that Marcus Rashford is done at United or whatever. Why I'm concerned is that I just don't want this to be because of his injury. I fear that the injury that he kind of sustained potentially, that might actually be what's causing this sort of issue. And because he had a stress fracture, obviously, I'm just hoping that this is not the reason as it were as to why sorry, no, it's not the reason as to why he's struggling. That's my 2 cents. Need to make sure that I do these later because I don't want to. I never like to sort of do these post-match reactions whilst other YouTubers and bloggers are streaming as well because I think like it interrupts them and affects them. So, but anyway, there we go. It's probably going to be a short post-match reaction anyway. But anyway, like I said again, brilliant performance by the lads. And if we keep this up, we can definitely get top 4. So let me actually get into the match, the player ratings actually. Player ratings I'm going to get into. So give me 2 seconds and get that up. Ooh, not that. So that's Pogba and Bruno, who were awesome. That either. Where was my? There we go. There's our player ratings. Okay. So first, David De Gea. David De Gea, I will give a 7. He really didn't have that much to do. Yeah, let me know who your man of the match is and what your player rates and whether you agree with these player ratings. David De Gea, I would give a 7. I think that David De Gea, he didn't have much to do in the game, but when he was called upon, he made a fantastic save for Morpay and one that was going in top bins. I forget what the Brighton player was called, but standing performance, he kept a clean sheet. I think 7 for De Gea is fine. So I would go that. Footy Live says, David at 7 for me to make 2 world-class saves. That's it, really. Exactly. He didn't really have that much to do, to be honest. He really didn't. Let's move on. Lindelof, again, not really that much to do, really. 6.5, I guess. Not because I think he was bad, but just because I didn't think he had really that much to do, and I just feel that there was a lot of there were better maybe performers, and I think Harry Maguire alongside him, I think played a slightly better game, especially with his clearances and what have you. Especially in the second goal, the header to sort of get it away. But like I said, he had a solid performance at the back. No real issues really. I don't think the Brighton defense really caused any problems. So 6.5, and for Lindelof for me. Harry Maguire, I think Harry Maguire, I also give a solid 7. I think he had a hand into one of the goals in terms of clearance. He was saw the back, actually 7.5 because he did make a few good last ditch tackles as well. He is growing into the game now. I don't really think he put a foot wrong, to be honest. You know, 7.5 for me for Harry Maguire, really. So he is a solid. And I know we get bantered by a lot of Vive fans say 80 million for Harry Maguire, 80 million. But the reality is that, like, if you can think of what other centre backs in the Premier League right now, aside from maybe Van Dijk, would you say are better than Harry Maguire? What are they? Because it's not going to be. Don't say Eric Laporte, because he's not been playing for a while. So I think he's been great for us. He's been good for us. He's been solid, and with a few games getting back into his belt, the only thing I think is that he does need to rest. I am concerned that him and Lindelof have been playing all the time, and even this game, I was thinking, with the substitution coming on, why didn't he take a Maguire off or is Bailly? I don't know what it is with Bailly. Is there an issue with Bailly in the back? What's the problem? Because why does Solskjaer not rate him? Because for me, you got to rest. You got to rest one of them at some point. And my concern really with Maguire in particular, because he had a bit of an injury early on, is that he gets injured and we're forced to play Bailly. So that's my sort of small concern anyway. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please like the video, share the vid. Really, really appreciate it. We'll keep on going on. Aaron Bissaka gets another 7.5, 8 actually, 8 Aaron Bissaka, because I miss Juan. Ilya United, how you doing? Oh yeah, what a win, 3-0 to Manchester United, of course. I miss Juan. I miss Aaron Bissaka. I missed him against Norwich because. I'm just not worried. It's so good. Like that, I'm just anytime a Brighton player went down the right side, I just wasn't worried. I just really, really, really wasn't worried. I really wasn't worried. I just wasn't. For me, he gets a solid 8 because his defensive contribution was great. If you notice, he's starting to go forward a lot more. I mean, yes, his distribution can be a lot better, but I feel that we want to get an actual proper right winger in that position, so it will improve. It will no doubt improve than it already has. So I've got no doubt about that. Although I do think Mason Greenwood, I don't think Mason Greenwood is a right winger. I'll say that now. So, but he has been doing well in that position, So, but we'll see. But Aaron Bissaka, solid performance always. I would argue possibly our player of the year in terms of his consistency. And yeah, definitely a solid 8 performance as far as I'm concerned. Luke Shaw, I will give Luke Shaw an 8 as well. Almost an 8.5 actually, because again he was instrumental in that second goal. He's been good going forward. He has been solid. Like he's been answering a lot of his critics, Luke Shaw, I don't think he's really put a foot wrong. Really, he's done what he's needed to do. If I'm perfectly honest, So Luke Shaw for me, gets a solid 8.5. I think. That's. I actually. Well, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Was he actually offside? Because I replayed it for the second goal. When obviously it goes into Bruno. I looked at it and it was like. Is he offside? I'm not sure. Like, it looks like he's offside, but all I can say is that, his hand, any body part that you can't score with, even if it's over, it's not offside. So I can only confess that the fact that he was, it's either because all the body parts that he couldn't score were the body parts that he could score with in an onside position were onside, or there were numerous phases of play from that position, that point, up until then. And so even though you could argue the decision wasn't correct, because multiple phases of play have happened, you can't really count it in. So that's the only thing that I could think of sort of right now. I'm going to get into see what your play ratings are in a second. So I'm getting to the Brunos and Martials and matches. I'm getting to them. Matic for me, I'm going to give a 9. I'm going to give a 9 to Matic. Not just for that brilliant ping ball that he did, which I think was absolutely phenomenal, but just for the fact that our midfield looks so. And I feel like Pogba. And the thing is, and this was like if you remember when we first when Oli first came and we had Matic, Herrera, and Pogba, and Pogba was playing slightly forward, and Herrera's like Herrera's basically Pogba's basically doing the job of Herrera right now, and Pogba's doing the job of Herrera right now, and Bruno Fernandes doing the job of what Pogba's doing right now. But Matic has stayed the same. And this is the thing about Matic. This is why I'm giving him a 9, So he's not my man in the match. I'm giving him a 9 because he just allows us that defensive stability. He allows us that defensive sort of creativity. He just allows us to be able to build an attack. And more importantly, his passing distribution is second to none. He passes forward. He's got that insight that I just don't think that Fred and McTominay have. I think they're tenacious. They're good in that respect, although I think Fred is slightly better than that. And I think actually Fred should be getting a shout over McTominay, to be honest. I'm a bit not McTominay is bad, but I think that we should be seeing a bit more of Fred. We should be really seeing a bit more Fred, in my opinion. But anyway, Matic is a 9. No doubt. I mean, Ilias says Matic is a 9 as well. I just think that he would be he would certainly be up, I think, top 3 in terms of man of the match, because I just think that his work consistently goes underperformed. And if Matic is not on that side, we struggle. And I think, I'm thankful that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has finally kind of, realizing the importance of Nemanja Matic and just how important he is for Manchester United. Because without him, generally, I think we struggle. I think we struggle a lot. So yeah, for me, Matic gets a 9. Now let's move on. Poor Pogba. Gonna give a 9 as well. Because again, you can see the dip in quality when him and Bruno Fernandes came off. Very instrumental in, I would argue, in both goals, and just connecting the play and what have you. Pogba looks happy as well. Pogba looks like he's playing his good football. Like, for me, you can see, because a lot of people will say it's Pogba versus Bruno or Bruno versus. It's not that, and it shouldn't be that at all. The fact of the matter is that they both need each other, and the whole team needs them as well. And I just think that you need, we saw in the Norwich game when Fernandes was playing that we kind of sort of struggled a wee bit. And I just think that you got to have Pogba and Bruno Fernandes playing, and the team that we started is the team that has to continue for the rest of the season, because this is our strongest 11. We've got a decent, strong starting 11, and we have Matic and Pogba. There's not a bet. I would argue it's probably one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. I'm including Liverpool in that as well. If that midfield was played against Liverpool, I think we'd be going places. So Chelsea better watch out, because I'd say that our midfield in that respect is better than Chelsea's. So we will definitely see. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way, guys. Remember to leave a like, and get your questions, comments in. I will have them on the screen. So I keep on putting these banners. Player ratings. There we go. That should be it. Player ratings. Bruno Fernandes gets a 10. He gets a 10. Oh, Bruno. Bruno Fernandes. Well, I need to know like a chance to cheer or something like that. Just looking at what did people say? I think Pretty Live said Bruno 10, man of the match, world class performance. You know why? Exactly. Ilya United, Bruno, what player? Oh my god! I mean, guys, as what I mean, I don't obviously like the Glazers and what they did or what they've been doing with Manchester United, but we have to agree that 45 million for Bruno Fernandes is an absolute steal. 45 million for Bruno Fernandes is an absolute steal. It's a steal. It's an absolute steal. And we just wow. I'm so happy that we signed this player in January, because he has made such a massive difference for a club, such a massive difference for the team. And we needed him. You know, he's captain material as well. As I said, his post-match interview, you know, was very much like, it's not just about me, it's not just about Paul. Stop making it about both of us. It's about the team. And even threw in Pereira and Lingard in, you know, so that's good. That's important, you know. And dare I say that we give him the number 7 shirt? I mean, I know that's sufficient, but dare I say, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. But do you think that next season maybe Bruno Fernandes gets that number 7 shirt? You know, thoughts? Do you think he gets that number 7 shirt next season? Because he's having a very good season right now, and if we get top 4, it's because of him and Pogba really making that impact in this team, really much so. So Bruno Fernandes 10 out of 10, 2 good goals, and just brilliant. Moving on here, Anthony Martial. Did the forwards have a really? I'm not gonna Martial 6, not because it was terrible, but if I'm honest, I didn't really notice that Martial was playing. I know that's strange, you know. So, but I'm just not sure what's going on with the interchange really at times. You know, sometimes you're seeing, is it Martial and Rashford interchanging with each other? Like, I just feel like Martial is a very good player. There's no doubt about it. But the thing with Martial, I find sometimes, is that like he just needs to stay in the box. You know, just stay in the box and you'll get the opportunities. And that's what happened against Sheffield. But against Brighton, I felt like at times, again, he was drifting out wide, and him and Rashford were kind of switching, and it was just kind of a bit, you know, it was a bit weird, you know. Not necessarily not having a bad game, but I just feel that Martial just needs to, you know, if he's going to be a number 9, he needs to say something that's like a Gallo. When a Gallo comes on, he stays in the box, you know. So that's just what I feel that Anthony Martial needs to do. Just need to stay in the box, you know, and then and let that be that. Almost done here. Mason Greenwood 9. Mason Greenwood 9. Mason Greenwood, he's not a right winger. I don't think he's a right winger like he's forward, but my goodness, that first goal, that step over, and bear in mind, if you watch the last 2 games, he tried that against Norwich when he came on. He tried it against who did we play before Norwich that we beat? Sheffield. No, actually, it was Spurs. Actually. It wasn't Sheffield, it was Spurs where he tried it. So if Philly Live says, Bruno, these are still correct, just like Man City Sunday going to Bayern for 50. Absolutely. I mean, the step over, he tried that against Spurs and he almost scored. So again, this thing is, if at first you don't succeed, try again, because he does that move quite a few times. Step over, and then boom. And this time it succeeded. Step over, sits the Brighton defender down, and he scores. This guy is a talent, Mason Greenwood, man. And the thing that I love about Mason Greenwood, that you just don't see, unfortunately, in Rashford, I'm going to get to Rashford in a second, is his composure. You know, obviously he's two-footed. He is two-footed. But it's his composure. Red Devil Weekly, man, I saw you did a show as well. Literally, as soon as I finish, I'm going to head over there and comment and like the vid. Make sure you guys, you head over to Red Devil Weekly and comment and like, because he's he's pumping out the content now, which is great. Because he weren't before, but you're pumping it out now, and I'm happy about that. I really want to support you like that. PM me, because I want to have you on the podcast at some time. It'd be really good. We need to do one of those United, 100% United podcasts. It's been far too long. So satisfying to pull out a performance like that in a must-win game. Bruno Fernandes is impressive. Exactly. Absolutely. Because that was a must-win game. And it was a must-win game. True Football, not doing call-ins, but potentially fan cams. I'll let you know about that. But yeah, as I said, fan cams. But yeah, Mason Greenwood, man, has just been something else. He really has been something else. And I certainly think he's displaced Daniel James in that position, even though I don't think Daniel James is a right winger anyway. You know, the only thing I would say about that is that if Mason Greenwood started to do really well on that side, I can imagine the board thinking in their mind, well, Mason Greenwood was doing nice on that right side, and you've got Daniel James, so you don't need a right winger, actually. And Ollie goes, whoa, wait, I still want you to get Sancho, okay? But yeah, hats off to Mason Greenwood. He's a great talent, and he's really got a future at Manchester United. I mean, he's going from strength to strength. He really, really is going from strength to strength. Lastly, Rashford. Rashford, 5, to be honest. I'm going to say it, guys. I thought that Marcus Rashford was probably, dare I say, before the subs, but dare I say, the worst out of the starting 11. I think he was. And like I said at the start, I am a bit concerned. Not because I think he can get back into form with the finish, but the big thing that concerns me is that he had a stress fracture. And that's kind of important in regards to playing. Robert Van Persie actually talks about it. And I just feel that I'm really sort of concerned, that he, that he's affected by it. That's my concern, really. And I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping he'll pick it up. But these last couple of games, he's looked off the pace. He's looked not with it. He's not really going full pelt. And I don't know whether that's because he's playing with an injury. If he's playing with an injury, then frankly, he should be. I said actually that Marcus Rashford should just be recovering, because I've said a stress fracture is quite a big deal when it comes to an injury, because it's built on performance and it gets worse when you play. So if he's still injured, he should rest. You put Martial onto the left because he can play left winger no problem, and you put Agallo as a number 9. Simple as that. I still think that we score goals with Martial on the left and Agallo as number 9 with Bruno and Pogba. I still think that we could do that. That's fine. Rashford is important, but I don't think necessarily that Rashford is 100% essential for us winning games if he's playing with injuries. So I just wouldn't risk him. I just really wouldn't risk him. True football. Oh yeah. Okay, fine. I see you guys talking about. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, it just is what it is. It's a shame gone to Rashford. So, but hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll go from strength to strength. Red Wing, cheers, man. It feels good to make up. Yeah, it does. It does, especially the football coming back. I agree. But yeah, guys, let me know who you think your man of the match was. I'm gonna wrap this up because it's late and I need to get to bed. So, but if you're new to the channel, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to this video. I'm just quickly giving you my man of the match. My man of the match goes to Bruno Fernandes. It has to. He's done such an amazing job was coming in. 2 goals, impact. Bruno Fernandes, man of the match. But honorable mentions to Matic and Greenwood as well. Definitely. Before I head off, Red Devil Weekly says Rashford is a confidence player for sure. He is crying out for a goal. I know. Once he gets a goal, I think it will come back. I've got no doubt about that. Absolutely no doubt about that. We'll do. I do. A few things will hopefully be coming back. I'm going to be doing my top 10 United weekly. Hopefully be coming back. I'll probably do that this weekend, where it was like a chart show where I look at the top 10 best players for United. So that'll be coming back. United News Now, hopefully be coming back soon. A few podcasts as well. So there's a lot of stuff going to be coming in, guys, because football is back. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter and X, and smash the notification button. Play Manchester United News. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Over and out.